Hi guys, so today I am going to be doing a tutorial using the curling wand, and this has been requested. Actually, I got 2 phone calls yesterday asking me if I could do this tutorial. So I was like, of course, and it's been on my list of things to do. So keep watching if you want to learn how to do this. And I am going to be using the Remington pink curling wand. So you can find this in Target, Ulta, maybe even the drugstores. So if you don't have a curling wand but still want the S-Wave look, you could just use a 1-inch regular curling iron. So, and I wish I had one to show you guys how to do it, but you are going to be using the curling wand because it will decrease a lot of the frizziness. So next up, I'm just going to pull up my hair, divide my hair into just 2 sections. Now if you have thicker hair, I recommend you do 3 sections, but my hair is relatively thin still, so I'm just going to do 2 sections today. And then I am going to clip it, and it will look funny, but that's okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the hair evenly, put it on my side, okay? And then what I'm going to do, it's really important that you use heat protectant spray for your hair so you don't singe the ends. So today I'm using Bumble Bumble hairspray. This is like my universal go-to hair product. I've talked about it in one of my, no, it wasn't in my favorites. It was in my regular hair care routine. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to splash that on my hair. And then I find that if you take a hairbrush to it, it will dry a lot faster. And you don't want to put high heat to your hair if it's still wet. All those advertisements about hair straighteners that you could straighten your hair when you're wet and whatnot, I don't believe it. There's definitely, it's going to cause some damage. Maybe not right away, but it definitely will later on. Okay, then the next step is to put on the heat protecting gloves. Now, most curling wands do come with this. And I remember the first time I used my curling wand, I was like, I don't need to use a glove. The glove's for amateurs. And of course I burnt myself. So definitely use the glove, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to put it on the hand that you're actually curling the hair with. So I'm going to start on my left side, okay? And I'm going to put it on my left hand. And it might be a little hard at first to straighten it. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to put it on my right hand. Hello. I graduate college and I can't tell my right from left. Just fabulous. This glove kind of looked like a bank robber. Do like little Michael Jackson move with it, bedazzle it. I saw that movie, the Michael Jackson movie, I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I didn't like it. I watched it for 20 minutes and I was like, I had enough of this nonsense. Alright, anyway, you're going to take relatively small strands of hair, as you can see. It's just relatively small. I wish my camera would zoom in more, but sometimes when it zooms in, it just gets my face and doesn't get the whole body. So that's why I'm doing it like this. Alright, and what you're going to do, there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to put the curling wand like this, wrap around my hair, and of course I put the glove on the wrong hand. I was right the first time, but that's okay. I could switch it up. Alright, and you're going to hold it. And I have the end super close to the wand. It's not touching the wand since I don't have the glove on, and I don't want that. You need to hold this for about 15 seconds. I'm sorry that the cord is in your way, kind of, but that's alright. Alright, and then what you're going to do, you're going to let it fall, and you're going to catch it, and just hold it for a few seconds until it goes. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Ah, there you go, way back here. It's always important, too, to start in the back of your hair versus the front of your hair, because it's just easier to work backwards. So in fact you can't even see it because it's so far back, but I will do more. I'm going to switch the glove around. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I'm not wearing any makeup in this tutorial. I'm actually getting ready to go to work and coach gymnastics, so I'm not about to put on makeup. Alright. I'm going to take the next section of hair, and you could comb it out if you wish. Honestly, if you see that it's kind of frizzy at top, that doesn't really bother me so much. Alright, and you're going to point the wand down. I start at the highest and work my way down. Now, it's okay if it overlaps. That's okay. Alright. I could sing for you guys, but I don't think you'll finish watching this tutorial, so I'll hold back. Alright, and just let it go like that, and hold it. Okay, now I'm going to take my other hand and just shape it. Alright, and if you see this end is kind of straight, at the end you could go back and fix that, but for right now I'm going to leave it like that. And it also depends what kind of curl you want. If you want to go for the looser curl, then by all means just keep it like that. Alright, next section, put the wand upside down, I guess is considered, and you can see my curls kind of creeping up like that. That's okay. I'm all for like kind of the sloppy curl look, kind of like the Victoria's Secret model, natural curls. Alright, hold that. It's really important too that you do hold it for a while so the curl develops. Alright, and let me brush away my hair. And there you could see 3 sections. I do have some loose ends. That's okay though. Alright, so I'm going to finish this side. Also, if you don't have a curling wand, you could do this with a 1-inch curling iron. And I wish I honestly had my 1-inch curling iron broke. So I wish I could show it with you guys because I know a lot of you probably won't have this curling wand. But I got mine at Target. It was $24.99 and they have the same one at Ulta for $29.99. So there we go. I have a feeling this video will turn longer than I want it to. That's okay. Alright. And there we go. Alright, and as we're getting closer to the front, I like to do smaller sections of hair just because the front is like gets more looser faster. So I'm going to hold it upside down. And like I said, it's okay to overlap the hair. That's not a problem. Hold it 10 to 15 seconds. And these S-wave curls, I just love them. They're so pretty. And whenever I wear them, I get so many compliments. Because like I said, usually most of the time my hair is straight. But I like to change things up just a little bit, occasionally. Okay. So that is that. Separate. Alright, so here we go. We're going in for this side. Hold it. It's okay if your hair is like a little sloppy when you put it in, like I said. It's okay. Oh, but if you're going to use a curling iron, it needs to be 1 inch. Don't go any bigger, else you won't get the same effect. You won't get the same S-wave curl. So it's really important that you do use a 1 inch. You could probably even use a 3/4 inch. But I feel like more people will have the 1 inch than a 3/4 inch. Alright, and if you notice, I have some, I don't know what these are, baby hairs right up there. So I'm just going to leave that alone. Take my curling wand, go in for the kill for this side. I'm holding it pretty close to the root of my hair. You can hold it further away if you want a looser type curl. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to be doing it like this. And it kind of looks like I have one big curl back there, but that's because I haven't separated the hair yet. I would play music, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright infringements. Alright, hold it. And there we go. Alright, so I'm going to do my tiny... Actually, I like it like that. Turned out good. Okay, so that is one side of my hair. Let me go ahead and scoot in some so you could see. And if you want to separate, actually, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to spray it. This is the Redkin Redkin Workforce, and this is my all-time favorite loose hairspray. Yeah, it's not a heavy hold hairspray. This is just a loose hairspray. Aveda has a really good one. And you know what? This thing's almost out. I have the tiny size one because I like trying different products out. So, and I'm just going to be separating. And if you want it kind of looser too, you could take a big paddle brush and just kind of go over the curls. Now for the ends, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it like that. Now this is totally optional. I personally don't mind if my ends are kind of straight, but you see it just, if you go in like that, perfect, okay? And for the other side, let me show you the other side quickly. This video is turning really long and I do apologize for that. Oh, let me go ahead and spray my hair, heat protectant spray. Alright. Brush it out. Someone keeps texting me. This will be a good time to I get emails on my phone, so I like checking my emails. I feel important when I do that. Alright. Like that. Divide the hair. Put on your glove. Alright, so this time we're going to put it on the opposite hand. I wish this glove came in pink. How cool would that be? I would be all over that. That's a little big. Alright, now for the other side, this is kind of tricky, okay? And it did take me a little bit to finally figure it out. What you're going to do, you're going to take the curling wand in the opposite hand and just start wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. Okay, so you go over your head, or behind rather, and just hold it. It kind of looks like that one piece isn't on the wand. It is. It gets hot enough. That will be just fine. And my hands are almost touching the wand. You could still burn yourself through this glove. So just know that and be careful. And there we go. Right, let me show you as I knock everything over. There we go. Alright, I am going to finish. Just itched my nose at this. That probably wasn't the smartest thing. I'm going to finish filming this tutorial, and I'll come back and show you the finished look. Hi guys, so today I am going to be doing a tutorial using the curling wand, and this has been requested. Actually, I got 2 phone calls yesterday asking me if I could do this tutorial. So I was like, of course, and it's been on my list of things to do. So keep watching if you want to learn how to do this. And I am going to be using the Remington pink curling wand. So you can find this in Target, Ulta, maybe even the drugstores. So if you don't have a curling wand but still want the S-Wave look, you could just use a 1-inch regular curling iron. So, and I wish I had one to show you guys how to do it, but mine broke. I dropped it. Of course I did. But alright, well stay tuned.